And good afternoon, War23 here, bringing you another video. This time here we're doing the sunwind solar security light.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly fucking firestorm on you.
Now I actually have 3 of these made by different manufacturers, but you have 3 different manufacturers and basically make the same light. So, but this one is the sunwind version of it. Basically, you know, I have a quarter-acre property and so that I really needs lights all over the place because, again, you know, I live in the inner city and sometimes things tend to walk about and go missing. Excuse me, why you think things go missing? Well, because if you don't have enough lights to scare people off, and so that especially when your property is big enough, whereas I have a barn in the back and a shed. The barn is about 100 meters away from the house. Sorry, yeah, 100 meters away from the house, the main house for that. So, you know, I've had that broken into, and so that because again, not enough security lights, they can come in and do what they want. So again, this is this should be number 4 or number 5. I can't remember which. But let's see. Let's open up the box. Now the box is pretty dank. it's not the best looking box in the world. First thing we get inside of it is, let's put a little bit more light on the subject. We're going to use a security light from back here to give us a little bit more extra light from the back. It might give us some shadows at times, but just a little bit more light. Well, is always a good thing. Okay, so comes with instructions. So basically, it's just a one sheet piece of paper and stuff like that you know, telling you exactly what it does and everything else. So that's pretty much it. You know, you're not going to get much use out of it, so basically throw that to the side. That's pretty much toast. Okay, let's try to open up the box, see how it's packed inside here. Filler, okay, it's a box within another box. It's usually the case that they usually do this. I don't understand why, but it's a box within another box. So I'm going to get most of the stuff out of here so it won't be as bad. And well, let's move this out the way. Sorry for the inconvenience. The big box is in the way. Okay, so you basically got 2 smaller boxes. Okay. Box number 1. Let's turn it that way. Is the light itself. Now, I'm going to take it out of its packaging, everything else to that. Now again, like I said, I have a couple of these already. There's 2 rows of LEDs inside here, and the beams are really very wide, which is great. Again, night day function and everything else of that, so it's only on when you need to. It cuts on when again something crosses past motion, everything else of that. Big wide base for you to put it on, and again, that's this test. They work. Again, they're floods. You can see how much light it puts out. Hopefully it doesn't dazzle your eyes too much and everything else. So that I'm going to try to turn it towards you and everything else. So that the light output, well, is great. Again, this will light up an area that's you literally for about a good 50 feet and like that. You're golden like that, and up to 100 feet, so that you'll still be able to see the lights. It won't be as bright way back there, but you'll be able to see it quite clearly. ABS plastic, you already know how this is and everything else like that, but the plastic on this is actually, you know, kind of good. You don't it doesn't bend that much and everything else, so that it will take a beating from the sun. It's black, so it will after time, because like I said, my original one that I had was so that part of it did fade to gray where sunlight was hitting it at one section and everything else like that. But even a year later, it's still not brittle to the touch. You know, you can still move these things around without it saying snap, crackle, and pop. So yeah, let's turn the light back off. It's like that. So again, you can see how bright these things are, so that they're just awesome like this. Okay, let's set the back off. So again, comes with this, and then yes, it comes out the box already charged. This is the other part that makes it just epic. I'm probably dropping some frames here and everything else for that. This is what makes it different from most of the other ones. Oops, sorry about that, the extra noise. Look how big that panel is. Look how big. This is my hand. So I can put both hands on the panel. You still be able to get some light through it for that. Most of the panels, most of the panels that come with these things and everything else so that are usually a small cube. Actually, I think I have a panel from one of my smaller ones. No, this is not the panel. This is the light. Actually, I can just show you this right here. This is one of the other lights that I have and everything else. So that, again, security conscious and everything else. So that this is light is brighter than is this here. But what I'm trying to explain to you is most solar lights come with a charger or solar panels that's only this size, because again, this is the same size as the actual solar panel that I have. I'm just showing you the light for just reference. So when you put it next to each other like this, oops, put it backwards, that light's only about, it's a little bit over a quarter. I'll give it a third of the size of this. That's how big they usually are. So for something to be this large, you're going to get, again, wherever you put this at, as long as you mount it in a good spots for that, you're going to get maximum sunlight. It's going to be charged all the time. You don't have to worry about, well, is it going to work later on? The other thing that I love about it, so that, again, it's the width that these actually go out to. So literally you can mount it on the edge of your shed, barn, whatever, and point it, turn it this way, one pointing one direction, one pointing the other direction, until you get to the maximum coverage. Literally, you know, the maximum coverage, so that it's so great, and so that it's about 150, even though the instructions say it's about a 130. You get about a 150 wide swath of actual, and I'm talking about usable light. I'm not talking about, like, okay, well, you might be able to see a little bit in the corner. No, I'm talking about 150 angle of actual usable light. You can get about 180 so that of coverage, but at that point the lights near the ends are going to be very diffuse. You're not going to see well and everything else like that, but it'll still, you know, you can see somebody coming if they have white on, but there's stuff and everything else that you won't see as much. But again, worth it. I bought these, excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to cough. Bought these off of Amazon. Again, this is like my fourth purchase, if I remember correctly. So and I got these for $32. Now, again, this is something, if you look online and everything else to that, you can find them as low as $22.99, but for different manufacturers. So that I will leave a link in the description, so you can actually see the exact one that I actually bought and everything else to that, but well worth the price. Now, again, weatherproof wise and everything else to that, great. The only problem is, again, these will fade. But after a year, they haven't cracked on me. They haven't broken on me. Now, your mileage may vary. You know, I'm not going to say it's blow sunshine off your butt and say, well, it's going to work all the time and everything else that, you know, it's not going to do it. Little tip, though, if you want to actually make these work for an extended period of time, like I have and everything else of that, let's take a look at the light again. Okay, let's put it right about here. All right, you see the seam right here? Do yourself a favor, buy some silicone caulk. $4 tube will do this whole thing. This whole area around here, all the way around where the screws are, dab silicone where the screws are and everything else of that. What this is right here, or you can take the screws out, take the lens part off, dab silicone around the inside and everything else of that. Now, the reason why I'd say this is so that I did mine, I did it actually multiple ways. All of them have lasted over, again, my oldest one is actually 2 years old, but the one that I'm thinking recently, so that because one of them has, the battery is going out at the oldest one. The reason for that is it will get water around here and will ruin your day. But if you, again, take a $3-4 thing of caulk, now, again, if you're lazy, not lazy, let me rephrase that. If you don't have a lot of time, you could just do like I've done plenty of times, and just caulk around the outside of here and caulk the screws. If you have time, you will actually unscrew each one of these, silicone, I said caulk, my apologies, silicone around the whole inside of this base, then put the face back on it, screw it back in, because that's the maximum. It's basically, you're basically putting a gasket once for that. You can use RTV if you want to go to automotive stores for that, which costs I think it's $6 or $7 for a black tube for RTV if you want it to match up and you don't want to see anything, you know, left over and everything else like that. That probably why mine lasts at the 2-year mark, and the battery's finally going out on the first one. And I think the battery's going out on the first one because I mounted this where part of it, the new tree came up and a lot of it was shaded a lot of the time and everything else, which is bad for these things and everything else. That anybody will tell you that. But again, black RTV around this and everything else, that it will last you. Now, if you don't do that, I'm not going to say it's going to last, you know, as long as everybody else, mine did, 2 years or a year plus. You know, it's great if you do that. If you do not, then you're going to have water leak inside here, especially if it leaks at the wrong direction, and this might come discolored, or one of your leads might go out and everything else to that. It's just, it's up to you. But again, for me, I'm going to give it a 3.75, because again, it's actually, no, I'm going to give it a 4 with the proviso that you actually use, like I told you, to put silicone on this. If you do that, 4 long cable, you have this series that will last you. It will be perfect for almost all applications. Wherever you put it, it will be golden. Well, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Please hit the like, subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And also for that, if you hit the bell icon for notifications, so you'll know when an incoming video is coming in. Any comments, leave it in the comment section. You have questions, leave it in the comment section. I will try to answer each and every person like I always do. If I have any questions, you have any questions, everything else like that. But for right now, this is Warp 123 saying warp out, have fun, and we'll catch you on the next one.